October 25th, 1944. The Philippine Sea is calm, deceptively so. The American fleet, part of the largest naval battle in history, Leyte Gulf, is under threat, but not from the usual enemy formations. High above, like avenging spirits, a squadron of Mitsubishi A6M0 aircraft dives through the clouds. These are not ordinary pilots. They are kamikaze or divine wind pilots. Their mission, to crash their aircraft into enemy ships, sacrificing their lives for Japan. Lieutenant Yukio Seki leads this charge. At 23, he has been chosen for this sacred duty, a decision he contemplates in silence. The Zero, agile and lightly armed, becomes a piloted missile. With a top speed of 331 miles per hour and a 1,100-pound bomb strapped under its belly, it transforms into a deadly weapon. As Seki locks onto USS St. Lo, a Casablanca-class escort carrier, he feels the tension in his grip. The Americans watch in horror, unaware of the new reality of warfare that is descending upon them. Hours earlier, at the Chiron Air Base in southern Japan, preparations were underway. The air was thick with the smell of fuel and incense. A Shinto priest offered blessings to the young pilots, each barely out of their teens. Among them was Nobuo Fujita, writing his final letter home. His words are simple but carry the weight of destiny, for our emperor and the honor of our family. His aircraft, a Nakajima Ki-43 Hayabusa, known to the Allies as the Oscar, stands ready. With a range of over 1,000 miles and equipped with a single 500-pound bomb, it is both his steed and his coffin. The mechanics work silently, each aware of the solemnity of their task. A rising sun emblem is painted on the fuselage, a symbol of hope or doom, depending on perspective. As dawn breaks, Fujita and his comrades take off into the rising sun, leaving behind a homeland teetering on the edge of collapse. April 1945. The skies over Okinawa are a canvas of chaos. Kamikaze pilots dive with grim determination, their targets, the ships of the U.S. Fifth Fleet. Each dive bomber aims for a direct hit, and when successful, the explosion is catastrophic. Over 1,500 kamikaze missions are flown against the Allies during the battle. The USS Bunker Hill is hit, resulting in the deaths of nearly 400 men. Survivors describe the scene as nightmarish. It was as if the sky itself was falling, recalls one sailor. The sound of sirens blaring, the acrid smell of burning fuel, and the screams of the wounded fill the air. The attacks are relentless, a testament to Japan's resolve and desperation. Admiral Chester Nimitz, commanding the Pacific Fleet, orders immediate countermeasures. Radar picket ships are deployed to extend the fleet's defensive perimeter. Anti-aircraft fire fills the sky, a deadly dance of tracers and explosions. Meanwhile, in Tokyo, the air is filled with tension. Admiral Takejiro Onishi, the architect of the kamikaze strategy, stands in a dimly lit room. Maps and models cover the table before him. The situation is dire, he tells his officers, but our spirit is unbroken. Onishi's plan is simple in its brutality: inflict maximum damage on the enemy, regardless of the cost. The kamikaze are seen as the ultimate expression of Bushido, the samurai code of honor, but not all see it as such. Some pilots express doubts, questioning the morality of their sacrifice. Yet the tide of war leaves little room for dissent. Onishi's strategy is born of desperation, a last-ditch effort to stave off inevitable defeat. The Allies, however, are determined to push forward. President Harry Truman, briefed on the kamikaze threat, recognizes the need for a swift and decisive end to the conflict. May 11, 1945. The Pacific Ocean roars as USS Bunker Hill, an Essex-class aircraft carrier, sails through choppy waters. At 10:04 a.m., the calm is shattered. Two kamikaze aircraft pierce through the clouds. The first crashes into the flight deck, igniting a furious blaze. Seconds later, the second plane strikes, exacerbating the inferno. Firefighters struggle against the flames, their efforts hampered by thick smoke and the ship's listing. Captain George Seitz commands with steely resolve, coordinating damage control and medical teams. In the chaos, sailors risk their lives to save comrades trapped below decks. Over 350 men perish, yet the ship remains afloat, a testament to the resilience of her crew. The kamikaze attack on Bunker Hill is one of the most devastating of the war, a grim reminder of the human cost of this conflict. In the aftermath of these attacks, military strategists on both sides reassess their positions. For the Allies, the kamikaze represent a new level of psychological warfare. one that tests the limits of human endurance. Rear Admiral Robert B. Kearney, Chief of Staff to Admiral Nimitz, notes, "This is warfare at its most raw, its most personal." Anti-aircraft gunners become adept at spotting the telltale signs of an incoming kamikaze, learning to fire with precision and timing. The eerie wail of air raid sirens becomes a constant companion, the sound echoing across the fleet. For the Japanese, the success of the kamikaze is a double-edged sword. While it inflicts damage, it also depletes their most valuable resource, skilled pilots. Each life lost is a blow to Japan's future. Yet the spirit of sacrifice persists, an unwavering commitment to a cause. Back in Japan, the effects of the war are felt deeply. Cities lie in ruins, and resources are stretched thin. Families receive letters from their sons, the last words of the kamikaze pilots. These letters, filled with resolve and sorrow, are cherished and mourned. Cultural historian Haruko Taya Cook explains, "For many, these letters are the only connection to a lost generation." The Japanese government continues to promote the kamikaze as heroes, symbols of national pride and resilience. Yet, a growing undercurrent of doubt begins to spread. The war's end seems inevitable, and with it, the question, was the sacrifice worth it? For the pilots who survived, reintegration into a post-war society is fraught with challenges. Haunted by memories, they struggle to find peace. June 1945. The Pacific War approaches its climax. The Allies prepare for Operation Downfall, the planned invasion of Japan. But the kamikaze threat looms large in their strategic deliberations. Intelligence reports indicate that Japan is amassing forces for a final stand. As the Allies weigh their options, a new weapon enters the equation, the atomic bomb. President Truman faces a monumental decision. To use this weapon could save millions of lives, but at what moral cost? The specter of the kamikaze hangs over every strategic meeting, a reminder of the lengths to which Japan will go to defend its homeland. In the end, the decision to deploy the atomic bomb is made, a choice that will alter the course of history. August 1945. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki bring the war to a swift and devastating conclusion. The kamikaze, once the embodiment of Japan's fighting spirit, are now relics of a bygone era. As Japan surrenders, the Allies reflect on the cost of victory. The kamikaze pilots are remembered with a mixture of awe and sadness. Their sacrifice is honored, but the futility of their mission is acknowledged. For many, their legacy is a cautionary tale of fanaticism and the human capacity for endurance. As the world moves towards peace, the lessons of the past linger, a reminder of the horrors of war and the resilience of the human spirit. As the sun sets on the Pacific, the echoes of the kamikaze fade into history. Their story is one of sacrifice and tragedy, a testament to the complexity of the human condition. In the years that follow, survivors and historians alike seek to understand the motivations behind these acts of desperation. For some, it is a story of duty and honor. For others, it is a cautionary tale of the dangers of blind allegiance. As we close this chapter, we look ahead to the next episode, where we delve into the secretive world of America's submarine forces and their pivotal role in the Pacific theater.